Hello, welcome back to another Midnight Review. I'm Claire. We have Maureen on the podcast again because we both saw Mystic Pizza together. And yes, I know Mystic Pizza is now closed. You can no longer see it at Paper Mill Playhouse right now. But who knows? There could be a transfer. There could be another production of it, of this version, somewhere. So these are our thoughts about, the show and everything. And yeah, that's all I got. Let's just get right into it. That sounds fun, right? So, it's me.
Gidget.
I'm Lorraine. And Gidget.
Yes, hello. And Gidget wreaking havoc.
Gidget the
Again.
cat. Maureen and I just got back from seeing Mystic Pizza
Ooh.
at Paper Mill Playhouse. All right. Well, first off, congratulations to Rachel K. Ritz,
Mhm.
who made her debut as Daisy,
Oh my god. Stellar.
usually played by Christina Albato, especially
Mm-hmm.
for such a short run. So only getting to do it once.
Mm-hmm.
It is the music of the 80s and 90s. Mostly 80s, though,
Yes.
I would say. It is set in 88, so I feel like they probably didn't need the 90s music. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
what is 90s? What on this is 90s?
That's a good question. I was wondering that as we were
Is
going through
True
our list.
Colors 90s?
No, it's 80s. I danced to it in my 80s themed dance recital. I was 14.
Okay, so here's the thing. We talked about this on the way home. We like every song that is in the show as a song.
Mm-hmm.
We don't think we don't think they all work in the context of the show, or at least the entirety of the song.
Yes. I
Like,
think I think that's something that people get stuck on nowadays is they're like, we need the whole song. And it's like, that's not true.
yeah, I don't think you need the whole song,
I don't think
especially
that's
for a
true.
jukebox musical.
Yeah.
Verse, chorus. That's all I need. I know the song. I don't need to hear.
Yeah. You can even do like a nod to it if it's like a short little,
I
you
know
know?
it. It could even be a little like transition.
Exactly. Yes.
They did that. They did a lot of, like, every now and then you would hear "Hold On" as a transition, but they also, like, that is the Act One finale.
Like you could have fully used a couple of the songs in there in that way, where it's just like a transitional
Yeah,
overarching theme of the song is used for 30 seconds.
I think the only song that I can think of that I really didn't need the whole entire song was "Hit Me with Your Best Shot," which we talked about.
Yes, I would agree.
I thought "Power of Love," like the entirety of that was really cute because that was like all of the groups, all of the
Mm-hmm.
couples. Not that I love that song, but I think that worked. And the Lobster Rolls, the band,
So amazing.
is so good. All of their songs were so fun. Um, I also don't think I needed all of Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
No.
I love that song. Don't think I needed the whole thing. I don't know if it really works the way I wanted it to be completely honest.
And maybe that's they didn't need the whole song aspect of it.
I think it's more
No.
we didn't need the verses.
Yes.
Like, I think it made sense. The
You
three
know what
lead girls wanted to go out and have fun.
I would have
I
loved actually if instead of the verses, when people like sing in musicals, they're like sing, 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 and then like someone comes in with a line and it's like
Yeah, and there's
the
like
drum
lines.
beat underneath. Like I feel like we could have done they could we they could have done the verses in that way where it's like the overarching message of the verse and then them being like and it's like where are you going and they're like girls just want to have fun, we're going out.
Yeah.
Like that
Well,
would
they
have
kind of did that. They just also had the
yeah,
lyrics.
they just didn't need the verses.
The verses. They also sing "Girls Just Want to Have Fun" twice, but the second time they sing it's just really just the chorus. It's not
Yeah.
really in there. I really enjoyed the arrangement for "Hold On."
Oh, yes, that was really
That
good.
was great. They all sounded great. It's a whole entire company song. It's That one, Manic Monday, I guess, is also a company song. Small Town is
Mm-hmm.
company song, and Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now. Those are the only company songs. And I wanted more group songs, to be completely honest.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
They all sounded fantastic together. Okay, more specifically, let's talk about the humans in this. So I am friends with Elena and Mia and Diana. And so that
Mm-hmm.
was one of the main reasons why I went to go see the show. I think it's fun. It's a really, really fun show if you want to go and see like a jukebox musical. If you don't like jukebox musicals, this is probably not a show for you
It's not
because
for
it
you.
genuinely is a jukebox musical. And I mean jukebox through and through. They try to make sense of these pop songs
100%.
in context of a musical theater show based off of a movie. So if you don't like, first off, if you don't like shows based off of movies,
Don't go see this.
don't go see this. It's not for you. If you don't like jukebox musicals, probably not for you since this is a jukebox musical. If you
Mm-hmm.
love fun and you love 80s music and you
Mm-hmm.
love rock and you
And
love
you love
people who
Mystic
sound
Pizza.
and you love Mr. Pizza and you like the movie and you love fantastic vocalists, this
Yeah,
might be a show for you.
that's true.
We sat in the mezzanine. Is that what our ticket says? Mezzanine balcony. I don't know if they actually have a balcony. It says mezzanine. We sat in center mezzanine. I had a pretty good view. I liked my view.
Yeah.
I mean, if you sit behind someone really tall, not super helpful. But I will say, if you sit in the or I've sat in the orchestra of Paper Mill a couple times. There's not much of a rake going on. There's not much of an incline down there. But I
Yeah,
will.
you
But
were saying that.
I think that the seats are a little further apart
Mm-hmm.
comparatively to like Broadway theaters. Because down there, it feels huge. Like being up at the top,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, this theater's much smaller than I thought it was. But like down on the floor, I was like, wow, this place is huge. Um, we also got the specialty drinks. They had
Mm-hmm.
glitter in them.
Come on, edible glitter.
Fantastic, wonderful. Um, I didn't love mine, but it's just because I don't like Saint Germain, which I've learned.
And I do, so I had a good time. I liked mine.
But if you want to try the specialty drinks, do that. That's a good one.
They're a 10 out of
Yeah.
10.
It was so fun to see Deanna because we've been
Mm-hmm.
following Deanna for what feels
5
like
years.
ages
Yeah.
since she was auditioning for Six. That's how Deanna and I met.
Mm-hmm.
And now she's like literally starring in a musical at Paper Mill
Mm-hmm.
Playhouse, which is crazy, fantastic,
And she was
wonderful.
born to play JoJo.
She is fantastic as JoJo, and I've never even seen the
You
movie.
you need once you watch it, you're gonna be like, oh my God. Perfect casting.
Like she's hilarious, so full out.
Mm-hmm.
Like Jerry Mitchell would be proud.
Oh yes.
So full out. Her and F are fantastic together. F
Mm-hmm.
is they are their vocals. I've known this
Mm-hmm.
already, but their vocals, especially on this music specifically, chef's kiss.
Yes.
So good. Um, Elena's voice is also really good on this music.
Oh, so good. She
I
opened her
was
mouth
telling
and I was like, oh my God.
I was telling her at the stage door that I don't usually listen to my friends like bootlegs. I don't know. I have a weird relationship. I have like a weird thought process with bootlegs. So anyway, but Elena was in Dear Evan Hansen. That's how we met through my friend Hailey. And Elena's actually been on the podcast. And I interviewed her when she was in Dear Evan Hansen. That's actually how we met because we met through Hailey. And today was the first day that we ever met. And she was in Dear Evan Hansen like when we were still in college.
That's
Like it
crazy.
was like I guess I was a senior. Like it was a wild time. She sounds fantastic on this music.
She does. I agree. She was the perfect cat. Oh, poor baby kitty cat.
What were we talking about that I was like that didn't make sense to me? Oh, it took me a really long time to realize that we were like in a city of immigrants
Yes.
because that's just like not talked about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in the
It's
movie it's very
mentioned.
obvious.
Yeah, it's not very
Mhm.
obvious in the musical because that's not what the cast looks like.
And you know what it is? It's also in movies, like things like they say like your yuppie boyfriend about Charlie, and it's like we don't there's things that we don't use as much now that
Like
they
terminology.
yeah, we're like it is known, but like that was clearly so easily missed because you just didn't hear it. But
What
like
did they
I
call?
knew that he's like a yuppie New York boy that's rich and
Oh no, what did they call her though? Townie.
yes, a townie. So like there's things like that where
That
I'm
I
like,
caught.
that's
I mean,
not
like that I caught
yeah,
because they say it so many times. But I was just like, I just thought that meant like
small
someone
town.
from a small town.
No, that's the only thing about that where it's like they need to make it more obvious
I think
that
it just
and
needs to
not
be said closer to the top of the show.
yes.
Like we need to put that into context
Mm-hmm.
at the start of the show and introduce it in an obvious, like organic way.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't even hear about all of that until she's like, what does she say when he asks if she fishes?
Yeah, and she's like, "Oh, there's a Portuguese girl fish."
Oh yeah, she's like asking a Portuguese girl here in Mystic if they fish is like asking a bird if she flies in the sky or something like
Yeah.
that. And I was like, okay, like it didn't that didn't work for me. For someone who doesn't know the movie,
Mm-hmm.
there was no context in any way telling me that the people of this town were supposed to be mostly Portuguese immigrants.
Was she or wouldn't she said that? Was that in the first act?
Yeah,
If they but they do, I feel like it needs to be made a little more apparent a little earlier in the show.
I think it was in Act One because I
I
remember
think
thinking,
yeah.
oh, I remember like more thinking like, oh, that's an interesting out of the blue statement
Oh,
to
because
say.
it's no, it's when she first goes to the house. Because they don't meet at that house, they meet at the other house. So it's when she goes to the house he's working on.
Oh, and he's like, sorry about all of all of the
Mm-hmm.
surprise and stuff. Ben better sing.
Mm-hmm.
I love his voice. I turned to Maureen at one point and was like, I'd pay so much to go back in time and see him in Newsies.
I know.
He sounds really good on these songs.
Yeah.
I mean, they all do. I think they all sound fantastic on these
Yeah,
songs,
I agree. They've
honestly.
really done a phenomenal job in that way.
I think I would just want some of the story to be a little bit more cohesive
Yes.
in the sense of um, it's like the smaller details that I need them to bring up before we need to know about those details.
Mm-hmm.
And I think some of the songs can be not well, some of the songs I think can be changed, swapped out for a different 80s song.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what song to swap them out with, but like
Yeah.
some of the songs I just don't think worked as well as I wanted them to.
Mm.
They
I
made
agree.
sense, but it was like because a singular line in the entire song that they sang
Yeah.
had something to do with what they were talking about. Like True Colors did not work for me. Beautiful song. They
No.
sounded fantastic. Did not need the whole song.
I feel like it's very millennial of me to say like throw a mashup in there. But like there were some points where I'm like, if it's an argument, you could switch to a different song.
I would love a mashup. I feel like
Like,
does Heart of Rock or Rock and Roll. Well, oh, you didn't see that show, did you?
mm-mm.
I don't think they really do many mashups. I don't think a lot of the shows that do 80s music.
Or not even necessarily a mashup, but like a transition into the like a quick
Mm.
cut to the other person's perspective.
I remember when we were in the car talking about the song.
Hit me with your best shot.
Hit me with your best shot.
Mm-hmm.
They try and they well, I guess they do. They build to this like apex of an argument, and
Mm-hmm.
hit me with your best shot is the we can no longer yell at each other, so let me sing this song. Hit me with your best shot. That's the musical theater
Yep.
of it all. And what I wanted, which I know you haven't seen & Juliet, but if anyone has seen & Juliet, there's a point when they sing What Do You Want From Me?
Mm-hmm.
And it is Francois and Frankie. Or no, that's the same person. It's Frankie and
That's funny.
and May. It's the two of them because they're like in love with each other secretly. But the song just kind of starts, and because the song is so narrative and like talkative, I guess, when like if you know the lyrics to the song, it works out. They're talking, and then all of a sudden Frankie is like, "Hey, slow it down. What do you want from me?" Which is literally how the song starts. But it's so easy, like the flow from the line into the song works so well in my brain, in my opinion, for a jukebox musical.
Mm-hmm.
People will disagree. That's why I'm trying to trying to liven up the my point across this. But I wish it had been something like that for Hit Me With Your Best Shot. Like I was saying I wish we had some sort of like acoustic something of Hit Me With Your Best Shot, or we kind of went into like a he literally says hit me with your best shot and then
Yeah.
starts singing, versus
Yeah.
like the music coming in and we had the slightest pause and then he's saying hit me with your best shot, and it sounded exactly like the song.
Yeah.
Which I was like, I almost wish we had like another
Yeah.
version of it and not the actual. All of these songs sounded like the recording.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't take it, and it was no head over heels style
Yeah.
thing where they turn it in a ballad even into even more of a ballad, or they turn, it's not like & Juliet. So if you're looking for a jukebox musical like that,
Not this one.
it's probably not this one. But if you want to have fun and dance to 80s music and you love Mystic Pizza
You want to giggle?
and you want to giggle, it's so funny.
Yeah.
The show is really funny. Then this is definitely for you. I don't think there's not a lot of dancing in this. And
Mm-mm.
I don't think there's a lot of sight lines. There's not a lot of places where you probably wouldn't be able to see most of the show.
Yeah.
So everything, and you really liked the set.
I loved the set. I thought it looked so great.
Paper Mill always has some really good sets.
Because it's like in that style of like how like a typical Mamma Mia set is, where it's just like you're in the town.
Yeah,
It looks
I like
so
how they
good.
utilized the
Mm-hmm.
deck or whatever
Yeah,
that's
the
supposed to be.
docks.
The dock, yeah.
Yeah, me too. I thought that was really, really good.
I'd be interested if Mystic transfers
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
Yeah, same.
I think it's better than some things that I've already seen recently on Broadway. So
The
like
Broadway.
that's a positive thing. That's a good
Mm-hmm.
thing for them. But I wouldn't be surprised if they I was saying this in the car. I wouldn't be surprised if they transferred either one to do, well, obviously everyone wants to do well on Broadway. But it
Yes,
would be a Mystic Pizza would be a fantastic show for colleges and for high school.
I
So
agree.
like I would be interested if they move to Broadway so that they
Mm-hmm.
can work with Broadway licensing or MTI as Broadway's Mystic Pizza,
Mm-hmm.
so that they can market to community theaters, high school, college. This would be a fantastic show for a college.
I agree.
It's like a medium sized cast, lots of fun,
Yeah, there's just a couple like
super chill vocals.
things they just could flesh out a little better.
Oh, and the actress who plays the manager,
Leona.
what is your name?
Well, that's
Jennifer.
the character name.
Jennifer, you're fantastic. You're wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
I really like your voice. She was really good. I think she's great. Well, that's our midnight review. It's literally almost midnight now.
Yeah. And I have to work in the morning.
So I'm gonna go snack on some Fruit Loops and
Yeah.
find me
That's a
on
Mystic Pizza.
Instagram at the Broadway Vlogs. Tell me if you've seen it, if you liked it, if you hated it, what'd you like, what'd you hate. Let's chat.
Yeah. Let us know.
That's all.
And by us, I mean Claire.
Marina's a special guest of the Midnight Reviews.
Yes. Hello.
All right. Peace out, Girl Scout.
Peace out. Go see Mystic Pizza.